Jai Hind everyone. So basically here we are collected to conduct our lecturette today, and as you all know, lecturette is one of the 9 tasks that are held on the 3rd and the 4th day of your GTO task, right? So basically here is a pack of cards kept here. From the right side of your group, one by one you will be coming over here. You will take one card, the topmost card. You will go out for 3 minutes. At the end of 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will ring one bell. That means the person has to conclude his thoughts at that time. And on the second ring, that is on the winding up of 3 minutes, you will have to come in and start speaking your topic, right? This procedure will continue until the last student of your group. Now, what points you have to keep in mind while giving your lecturette is the first most, your body posture. आपका body posture standardized position में होना चाहिए. Your legs should not be shaking. Hand movements का ज़्यादा use मत करिएगा. That shows lack of confidence. Second, be clear before being clever. आपको अपने thoughts को बहुत properly यहाँ पे सबके सामने रखना है, क्योंकि आपका स्पीकिंग स्टैमिना सबसे ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. उसके बाद आपकी पब्लिक स्पीकिंग स्किल्स यहाँ पे असेस की जा रही हैं. चूज योर टॉपिक वेरी वाइजली. आपको अपना टॉपिक बहुत वाइजली चूज करना है. जो सबसे पहला टॉपिक होता है वो जनरली जनरल अवेयरनेस का होता है. दैट इज मोस्ट इन रेफरेंस टू इंटरनेशनल अफेयर्स और बायलैटरल इश्यूज. नाउ सेकेंड और थर्ड टॉपिक जो है वो आपका सोशल इशू से रिलेटेड होगा, और जो फोर्थ टॉपिक है आपका फ्लैश कार्ड में, दैट विल बी योर सेल्फ अवेयरनेस. ट्राई टू बिगिन योर लेक्चरेट विद अ कोटेशन और अ फेमस saying, because that is the thing that is going to make you stand out from the others, and that is going to create a good impact on the assessor. Got it, everyone? Yes. So shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
The first aspirant.
Data is like a pollution problems in information age, and protecting privacy is like an environment challenge. Well said by Elon Musk. Good morning, gentlemen. My today lecture topic is cyber security. Protecting your privacy, data, program, or applications from a cyber attack is known as a cyber security. According to our reports, 34% of increment of cyber attack has been seen since 2021, and 134% of increment has been seen since 2012. And about a worldwide, around $250,000 cost in 1 hour in a cyber attack. And most of the cyber attack, around 46%, is happened in USA, which cost around 4.5 million cost. And 95% of the organization says that their cyber security budget has been increased last 5 years. And around, it has been estimated around 370 billion money would be spent only on cyber security. It's not the issue like is happening in the world, not in India. In India, around 4.5 million personal data from Air India was leaked, was been hacked and stolen. And it's not that around 56% population of the worldwide do not know what to do after happening a cyber attack. And not only in India, it's increased to 65%. And it's not just is a cyber attack done from a personal data. It's also done to manipulate the political issues in any countries. Take the example of India only. Our cricketer Arshdeep Singh in Asia Cup have dropped the catch, and for this he was being named as a Kyrgyzstan. From he have belonged to Kyrgyzstan. It was one of the major issue, and it's just not that is happening around the world. In India also, it's cost around 2.5 lakh per hour, and about a report says 50 lakh cyber attack have been attempted in year 2021, and its number are increasing day by day. What can we do to protect from us? It's simple that you must, before using any devices like laptops or phone for using long time, try to hide its web camera or selfie camera, and try to use safe sites. Like whenever you visit any sites, at your right hand side you would be seeing a lock. That means that website is safe. If you are seeing any triangle littered over it, that means it is not a safe. Not only you personally can do, many government, many organizations, such as you can take the example of Windows. In Windows 10 and 11 have updated, and in according to which you have to not to put antivirus in your device. If you have Windows 11 or 10, you have to just update it, and it will be solved your antivirus problem. Thank you, and take your care.
My name is Ayush Kumar Maurya, and I am here to give you a lecturette on a topic, rainwater harvesting. Well said by someone that water is life. If we don't save it, don't use this properly, then our life is kind of dangerous. In the dangerous. So, firstly, let's look at what is rainwater harvesting. As we know that the shortages of water is seen in many places. And if I take an example of my place where I live in, Varanasi, here we can see that groundwater level is decreases from 70 feet to 300 feet. And now people are using boring for getting waters, but they are not using a process which is called rainwater harvesting. What does it mean? It means to use rainwater as much you can properly. So firstly, as we know that we are using rainwater from our past in growing our crops.
Good morning, friends. I am Ankit Kumar from Allahabad, Bihar. Today's my topic is status of women in India. One of the old sayings from one of our old scriptures, Yatra naryastu pujante ramante tatra devta. Now listening this, you might be thinking that I will start my topic on a higher note. Sorry for being pessimistic in the beginning. But let me tell you, the very fact that we are talking about the status of women in India in the 21st century, it shows what an irony we have gone through. So, what's the real status? As you all know, is it just the status of women in India, or is it the status of women world across the globe? Or is it the same status of LGBTQ community, or is it the same status of minorities across the globe? What's the difference between the status of women and the status of these different communities that I have talked about? It's the same. It's the consequence of same discriminating mind that we have. It's always been similar, be it 1,000 years ago, or will it be 1,000 years after today? So what's the solution that we have? The solution is feminist campaigns, anti-discrimination campaigns. So where is it going to end? Never. The campaigns, every ism, be it feminism or male chauvinism, every ism will have its anti-ism. So these isms can't help us. What should be the real solution? The real solution should always be very slow and integral. It should be inclusive. We should have an ideology of including female as same as we are. And what should be the process? The process should be a longer investment in education, educating our generations right from the beginning. What's the consequences of discrimination? What should be the way forward? We should teach them through enthusiasm by mixing philosophy and ethics in the very beginning days of their schools. That might be the only solution. These campaigns and these social awareness schemes can also help, but these are so superficial. We must go through the root cause. We must curb the very beginning of discriminating ideas that we have in our society. That's the only way forward. And look at what's happening with all these isms. Every feminist, it's very difficult to define who is feminist or who is pseudo-feminist. Like, people are going through campaigns, but nothing is helping at all. So we must think of it. We must invest in the education of our generations to come. That's the only way forward. Thank you.
Our relationship with China is not normal. It's a subtle way of saying, gentlemen, we are at war with China. India and China share civilizational roots and many other things. Good morning to all. My lecturette topic is Indo-China relations. India and China go way back. When Confucius came to India, he shared China's thoughts, topics, and many other teachings. India has been going through a rough patch with China, I may agree, but there are a lot of goods in India and China relations. We share a vast trade which helps both the countries, but it is being used as an advantage in favor of China. India and China have been going through a cyber war also. Chinese hackers are attacking into Indian systems, and Indian systems are being defended by the Indian hackers who are employed by the government of India. China and India have gone through a bloody war in 1962, which unfortunately India lost. In which was a reason we didn't use our Air Force. That was a major reason we lost the 1962 war. But India gave a bloody nose to China in 1967 in the Nathula clashes. Since then, China remembers his bloody nose and will never dare to come in front of the Indian soldier who comes from the soil of India. India has been trying to go through diplomatic routes to solve the border issue, which is a result of the expansionist policy of the China and the Chinese Communist Party. The Chinese Communist Party is the leader of China. There is only a one-party system in China, which means no one can question what they will do, what they would do. And the citizens of China have no rights, which is exactly opposite to that of India. We can question our government, which helps to keep our government in check, which is why our government is always at the top to give response to China when it tries to do something at the border. We can see that China tries to claim Arunachal Pradesh as its own. In fact, there are Chinese signals of 4G coming in Arunachal Pradesh and the Chinese systems catching that. Friends, we have to put pressure on the government to solve this China issue, whether through diplomatic routes, talks, or through war. But war is bloody, and war will give a bloody nose to China again, but the loss will be very high. Thank you, friends.
Healthy mind lives in a healthy body. So Jai Hind everyone, and today's my lecture topic is importance of health. So basically, what is health? A state of being free from injury or illness. We can say we are healthy, but what about the dancers? What about the yoga trainers? It is like if their body is easily stretchable and is easily giving postures while doing dancing, while doing yoga, so we can say they are healthy. So basically, health is mental and physical condition of a body. So in today's generation, we saw that many youths are lacking healthy body, but what is the reason behind it? They are not taking proper nutrition that is required for body. They are not taking proper sleep that to regenerate our body system. So what is the way forward for it? We can say if we are taking proper nutrition in our diet, and if we are taking proper sleep of at least 6 hours, we become healthy. And we should also take some raw material in our diet also, because as we have seen that vitamin C is easily destroyed while cooking or while boiling. So we should take some raw materials in our diet also. Being healthy is not a very difficult task. It is just establish these few habits. So if we are healthy, we can do our work without being tired. So at last, I would like to conclude my topic like, if we are healthy, if our healthy body promotes healthy mind, and healthy mind maintain healthy body. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, gentlemen. We are living in our modern generation, but we still follow the superstition. As here, मनुष्य को समय के अनुसार और उसकी परिस्थितियों के अनुसार बदल लेना चाहिए. But we are still follow the superstition. If you see in our past, then we find there are many very crucial tradition like Sati Pratha. If you take the example of Sati tradition, then we find in this tradition, a woman have to sacrifice his life with his husband fire. So and other example we take human sacrifice, Nar Bali Pratha, but the people, what the reason behind superstition? If we think about this, then we find education is the most essential formula behind superstition. And if we talk about how to demolish the superstition, then we find teachers are very good. Teachers play a very good role to reduce the superstition, because a teacher who educate the people, and parents are also plays a very good role to reduce superstition, because parents is the first teacher of students. And if you think about the first and most important, then we find the social awareness. We can use the media to aware the people to reduce the superstition.
Good morning, gentlemen. My today's lecture topic is India-Nepal relationship. In 1950, India signed a treaty of peace and friendship from Nepal. That was the first remarkable significance of India-Nepal relation in history. India is the largest trade partner of Nepal from the history times. India not only shares the open boundary and unhindered movement of peoples from here to there, but also share the close bonds through marriages and familial ties. That is also called Roti Beti Ka Rishta. Now, India is also developing Nepal's military with the exercise named Surya Kiran that is running from 2011 and still continued. India has recently signed a treaty of joining 3 cities communication like that Bodh Gaya, Lumbini, and also. Despite of having these close relations, India has a lot of challenges to face like the China's drift. China wants to drift Nepal from India's hand to cover the northeast part of India to have a great amount of powers and supply to their military.
A friend in need is a friend indeed, but in international relations, it is allowed with some terms and conditions. So hi friends, my name is Sujit Yadav and today my lecture topic is international relations. So the biggest international relation between India is the allies with America, and I want to tell you something about America and India relationship before 1971 and after that. Because America is the person or country who came here in Indian Ocean to attack with our allies in 1970 because of Pakistan. And now this is America who invited Indian Prime Minister Mr. Modi in a program that is Howdy Modi. So this is the change because it can be a change because of our international policies and our diplomatic relations. And we know that now the Russia is the India's biggest diplomatic and economic partnership because of crude oil. So if you interested in international relations, so it is more important to fulfill your interest. And we know that Pakistan invaded India many times, but India can't do this because of India know that diplomatic relations are very crucial with other countries. And America at that time 1991 when India going to a hell because of our economic conditions, then America offered us the pig food because we have no foods. And now this is America who has the biggest partnership after China. And China-India relations is not bad because at that time China and India was the biggest economic in the world, but now China is growing up and we are going down because China improved himself by his own policies. And now the European Union, which is the biggest allies in the world, but India is counter them because of BIMSTEC and other many. But India should agreement in other allies so that their diplomatic relations are crucial and will be the higher than the other worlds. So now because we are growing day by day, bigger huge population and bigger huge economy, so we are be required to change something about our diplomacy because today America's diplomacy relations and economy is the biggest in the world. So we don't think that we are required to copy the Americans' relations, but we are trying to remove these evils that India can never be a superpower. One day I will achieve it because of our today's diplomacies and relations are growing big with America, China, Russia and other many in the world. So thank you.
Good morning gentlemen. The topic of my today's lecturette is the Draft Communication Bill 2022. So recently the Ministry of Telecommunication and the Minister of Telecom Ashwin Vishnath have released a draft of Telecommunication Bill 2022 which will regulate the powers, rules and regulation in the telecom sector of India. So why we need this telecom bill now? Because the telecom rules that we have been following and using till now was the most recent update that has been made in these bills was more than 70 years ago. The major provisions were of these rules were the Indian Telegraphy Act 1933, the Indian Wireless Telegraphy Act 1885 and the Indian Unlawful Telegraph Possession Act Indian 1950. So as we can see that there are the certain acts in this which are more than a centuries ago and the recent amendment was made more than 70 years ago. So it is the need of an hour to change these authorities, change these rules so that we can cope up with the modern rules and the modern technologies that we are using in the telecom sector. Now how it is going to affect the OTT services? What is OTT services? It is the over-the-top communication services which provides us the real-time face-to-face personal communication exchange through calls or video chat, voice chats and personal text chats. So the examples of these OTT services are WhatsApp, Google Duo, Google Meet, Messenger, Telegram and etc. So what is the status of presently telecom industries or telecom service providers in India? Presently the telecom service providers have to buy a spectrum from the government and have to take a license from the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India to provide these type of services to the customers. And these OTT platforms don't require any such license or they don't require to buy any of these spectrums from the government. They just use the services of this Telecom Authority of India and provide us the communication services through internet. So this draft bill has proposed to regulate these changes about these OTT services. So in future we can see that we have to pay for, we may have to pay for using WhatsApp or calling features like this.
Okay, so we are over with your lecturate part. Now it's the time of your feedback. Chess number 61. You started with the quotation, that's a good thing. You have good speaking stamina. You concluded within the given time and your body posture was also good. Chess number 142.
Yes, ma'am.
Quotation, you started with that, but speaking stamina was not good. You could not conclude till the last point. You have to use that much of time which is provided to you. Not less than that, not more than that. Got it? Chess number 150. Lack of confidence, inappropriate body posture, no eye contact with the group. As I have already mentioned, eye contact with the group is must. You need to make an eye contact with the group. Do not look at the assessor, just look at the group and show that confidence where you can stand and speak very effectively. Chess number 132. Now your thoughts were constructive and that is the good part, students. Your thoughts should not be negative. You should not be criticizing the government policies. Your thoughts should be constructive as well as progressive. If you're talking about a question or a query, you need to talk about the solution also, because that is what it is important. Ultimately, the future prospect of any topic is going to find your views. आपके opinions जो future prospect है उससे decide किए जाते हैं कि आप कितना progressive view रखते हैं किसी topic पे. Is that clear? Good. 132. 125. Lack of eye contact. Again, you could not speak up to the ultimate given time also. That also you need to work upon. 2 minutes 30 seconds is the minimum time which you have to speak. 3 minutes maximum. Chess number 200. You need to increase your confidence and you need to be fluent and increase your speaking stamina also. Chess number 4. Effective start, good speaking stamina, you have a very strong power of expression and that is good. But you need to keep a gentle smile on your face. Chess number 179. See, I have already forbidden you, not actually forbidden, but I advised you not to choose that topic, self-awareness. But you did choose, and as expected, you were not able to speak for the entire given time. You could not utilize that particular period of time, right? So if you are choosing any topic of self-awareness, your content should be good, your time utilization should be appropriate. Chess number 68. You need to improve your pronunciation. कॉन्फिडेंस में थोड़ा सा कमी था, उसको इम्प्रूव करें. आई कॉन्टैक्ट मेंटेन करें अपने ग्रुप से. चेस नंबर 103. यू हैव गुड स्पीकिंग एबिलिटी. अगेन स्पीकिंग स्टैमिना नीड टू बी इंक्रीज्ड. चेस नंबर 196. Lack of eye contact, but you have a smiling face and good power of expression, and that is good. Chess number 189. Again, your views were also constructive. You exceeded the time limit. That is not required. You have to be within the time and you have good speaking stamina. So I hope you must have understood what are the drawbacks which you people are facing and you will work upon it. Thank you everyone.